What's good, y'all? Welcome back to the channel, and if you're new, welcome to my channel. I hope you check out some more videos of me and this beautiful journey that I am on. So right now I'm currently waiting for deliveries in my kitchen because my room is not together yet because I'm currently waiting on my new desk. So yeah, about that. Yeah, so anywho, since I'm waiting on deliveries, I decided to go ahead and just start this video because last week, if you guys missed the big announcement that me and my husband finally purchased our home, I went on my Facebook and I asked you guys if you had any questions about home buying, because I basically put it out there like home buying is possible. It is very obtainable if you work hard, you stay diligent, and you stay faithful in the journey of trying to become a homeowner. So a lot of you guys asked me tons of questions, so I figured since I don't really have anything to do and I'm kind of waiting for deliveries, I might as well go ahead get this video up for you guys in the meantime. I did ask my realtor to answer some questions, so I will insert that. The main question was, I kind of didn't want to answer it because, you know, a lot of people ask about credit scores, and I feel like certain information you really need to just get professional advice from someone who is licensed, and your girl ain't licensed, so I'm not gonna tell you like this is the required credit score because honestly I don't know.
Hey guys, so my name is Brandy Hawkins. I am a realtor to Stephanie and Sydney Cook. Congratulations again, guys, on the purchase of your beautiful home. Congratulations. So I had a couple questions that Stephanie wanted me to respond to. And the first is, what is the credit score required to be able to purchase a home? And I think this is going to surprise a lot of people. So you only need a credit score, a minimum credit score of 580 to be able to purchase a home. Now that's the minimum score required. However, you do always want to have a higher score to get a better interest rate. Even I know some people are interested in applying for grants. You are not going to be able to get a grant with that minimum credit score. So if you can get to a 620, that is ideal. That opens you up to other mortgage options such as a conventional loan. Now, if your credit score is the minimum of a 580, you will only qualify for an FHA loan. So I'm going to talk a little bit more about that.
No, but I will throw out there that the better your credit score, the better your interest rate. But we'll get into all of that. So basically, posted a status, said, hey, you know, I do want to share home ownership is more obtainable than you think. If you wish to hear our story, of course, not every detail, but the basics, I'll do a video. Drop your questions below and inbox me. So the first question was, what steps did you take? What steps did you have to take? Sorry, new fridge makes noise. So the first question was, what steps did you have to do to get approved for the loan? So when you are ready, meaning you and your partner are ready, you guys are ready to go ahead and figure out if you can get pre-approved. The first step is you have to choose a lender, because this will be the people that will be financing your home loan. So we went with Navy Federal, you know, and we decided to go ahead and go with them because they had a great first time home buyers program, which I will discuss a little later. So the first thing is we went on there. I had already had an account with them, so I just went on there, put in my regular information. It's like a generalized application. You go on there, put your name, your address, your income. Certain lenders are different. Like I know Quicken Loans will tell you automatically what you get pre-approved for, but with Navy Federal, they kind of asked you what you want. So with that, we kind of already knew what we could afford. So that's another key thing, is to kind of figure out your income. So when you're going to look for a home, go and like look at the calculators so you can see what you can afford as far as your monthly mortgage, because there's a lot of key factors that can come into play. That is your property insurance that will be included in your mortgage, and if you live in a flood zone, that can also be included, and that's a separate price, but it will be included into your mortgage and taxes or whatever. So I did the application, and it said you'll hear something back within, I think it said 2 business days. I applied at night because me and my husband, we had ended up finding a house, and I was like, let's just hurry up and go ahead and get pre-approved. So that's how that went. But it was really simple, a generalized application. Yeah, so so this question is kind of weird because it's like the steps that you have to take is, of course, you know, it really all depends, because like some lenders are a little bit different on their requirements, so that's another thing you want to like look at. But with this, we had already had our credit score in line, you know, we already had a certain amount saved, and we just went ahead and went with the application just to see if we would be pre-approved. And the lender actually ended up calling us like within 1 business day, because I applied during the week, and she called and she basically said, hey, you guys are pre-approved. I'm going to be sending you an email so you can log in, so you can send in the required documents that will come into play. But the pre-approval process is honestly not long at all. It's just basically going over your information, you know, your income, and then they run your credit report just to confirm that you actually have that credit score that you put down. So it's not hard at all. It's just basically having your shit in line. So the next question is, how did you know your house was the one you wanted to invest in? So with me and my husband, we have lived in a lot of areas where we had dealt with racism, we have dealt with crime, we had dealt with a lot of issues. So for us, we just wanted to find a medium when it comes to that. So like, I think some people get so fixated on, oh, we have to be in this bougie neighborhood, but sometimes you can't afford to live in bougie ass neighborhoods. And honestly, from my personal experience, I don't want to live in a bougie ass neighborhood. Why? Because they have just as much crime as living in the damn hood or living on the outskirts of town. And you know, one thing that I was raised upon, me and my husband both, crime happens everywhere, so it does not matter where the hell you live. But the most important thing is just check the stats of the location, look at the crime report, see what's happening, because you are not going to find a perfect location. It does not matter. Just if you find a home and you love the home, don't let anyone talk you out of that. Like for us, you know, I asked around, I said, hey guys, what do you think about this area? Some people had negative things to say, some people had really great things to say, but at the end of the day, it is your decision. And the home that we found, we loved it. We felt like we could stay here at least 15 years, because our goal is to pay our house off, you know, 15, 20 years, and our kids can take over it and have it for when they want to go to college, or if they don't want to go to college, like they don't have to worry about renting, because I can only imagine what renting is going to be like by the time they become adults. But honestly, if the home fits all of your needs, it's in a okay location, invest in it, because rent is going up. Next question is, how long did the whole process take? So with us, I started, I want to say about the 2nd or 3rd week in January, and we closed on February 26th. The process will go as fast as you turn in all those damn papers, because it will be a lot. But since I work at a desk, it was a little bit easier for me to maneuver with emails to upload documents. But if you don't work at a desk, you know, have someone in your family who does work at a desk help you out, because you definitely want this process to go a little bit faster. But sometimes it can go, depending on the program that you're going with, it can kind of play like that, can kind of hold you up too, because I have heard stories where some people did programs and they had to wait to get the approval from that program. So it honestly just depends on your program, and it honestly depends on you, how fast you turn in those documents, how fast you coordinate with your realtor and your lender. And let me tell you, I didn't play those games. I got an email, I was on it. Like my husband, I had access to my husband's email because that's where it was coming through. I was on it. I was going in the login, sending in those, uploading those documents. Technology is a wonderful thing, and I'm so grateful that it has evolved the way it has, because I can easily scan in a document and upload it, and it's right, my lender can get a notification and be able to check it out. So it honestly depends on you. I would say 30 days is how long it took for us. So the next question was, what kind of credit score did you have to obtain / maintain? Like my realtor stated, I think she said 520, 580, can't really remember because I'm adding this video in, you know. But honestly, the higher your credit score, the better for you. And I say that because your interest rate will be based upon your credit score. So, and credit lenders will go with that middle score. So if you look at your numbers, look at them and look at, kind of get an estimate of like what that middle number is, because that is the number that they're going to be going with. And that will determine your interest rate. And interest rates are steady rising. I think when we first started, the market value was at like 3.7, 3.8, going on 4%. And we had to hurry up and lock our interest rate in because that shit was rising. It was horrible. And that can really determine your monthly mortgage, which is kind of crazy, but that's just how it goes. So the next question is, does it matter how much you put down? So it all depends on the program that you're doing. And I'm gonna discuss that a little bit after this question, because I keep saying it and I don't wanna put it off because I keep saying programs. But it all depends on the program that you're doing, and it all depends on your credit score if you aren't doing a program. So for us, we did a program, we did the Navy Federal first time home buyers program. We didn't have to put, we put $0 down for down payment. All we had to focus on was closing costs. And if you have a really great realtor, that's why a realtor is really important. They can negotiate and get some of the seller to pay a certain percentage of your home purchase value. So for us, our seller paid, I think 3%. So that definitely helps to knock down your closing costs, because a lot of times people see, they'll think, oh, I just have a down payment, but that necessarily isn't just the amount of money you will kick out. You have your down payment and you have your closing costs, and closing costs can definitely add the fuck up. Yeah, they can add up. So if you are lucky to find a program, so let's talk about programs. So programs is first time home buyers program. So if you're a first time home buyer, you qualify for a program. Look into your state, try to figure out if they offer any type of assistance for you. And if you are a civilian, where you work at DOD, or if you have a family member that is in Navy Federal or USA, try to get them to sponsor you in, because they have a great programs. Of course, every program has stipulations. For us, Navy Federal had a funding fee, but it was like 3%. It wasn't that bad, but you think about the money that you would have had to kick out versus the money that they just saved you. It's kind of worth it if you ask me. And it leaves you to not stress about money, because your money, the amount of money you close with can change depending on a lot of things. So you definitely want, you know, a program can definitely help you out, so that way you don't feel like you gotta pull money from out of a tree, or your parents or somebody, you know. You just want to make this process a little bit smoother. So research before you do it. I know there's another program in the group that I was in. It was called NACA, but I didn't want to do them because you had to like volunteer for the first year, and I think with that program you don't have to put anything down or pay closing costs. But I was like, to me that's not worth it, because it's like I gotta volunteer. What? Like, no, I'm good. I'm okay. I have a lot of shit going on where I don't have time to volunteer. Definitely look into programs in your state. I know Maryland has a lot of first-time home buyers programs, and honestly, you definitely want to get in them now, because someone just told me that they're now gonna start charging you to actually attend these first-time home buyers programs in order to get the money. And sometimes, ice moving. And sometimes, a lot of these programs run out of funding. So that's another key thing you want to think about it, because I remember my realtor was telling me it's like hot areas where people tend to buy, like the spring is when a lot of people like to buy homes. So that's why I kind of wanted to hurry up and get mine out in the winter time. So the next question is there high interest rate for first time buyers? Honestly, it will go at the, like I said before, there's a market value of the interest rate. So what currently is going on with mortgages, you have to look at that with the bank that you're going with or whatever. Then your credit score comes into play. So they will base your interest rate off your credit score. So it can be high and it can be low depending on what your score is. So I can't kind of like give you an example. So the next question was, what did you have to work on before taking the necessary steps? So me and my husband been planning to buy a home for 2 years. We knew that we wanted a lot of money saved up because we knew we needed all new furniture because we were living in our old home for a long time and it was down. And it was time to upgrade, you know, it was time to upgrade. And we felt like when we bought our home, we could be able to celebrate that pivotal moment. So that was one thing that we worked on. You know, sacrifice is key if you really want something. And then the next thing we did is we worked on our credit score. We made sure we paid any debt. We made sure we paid any collector. You know, we made sure we monitored our credit reports on a weekly basis. And let me tell you, I was stressing out the entire time in the mortgage process because I was afraid like something would just come out the blue, because that did happen to us. You have to be prepared for the unexpected to happen. That's why it's really great to keep saving. It's really great to plan when you are trying to get pre-approved and start the process, because anything can happen. Like our car went up last year and that kind of moved our, you know, our home buying process back because we had to get a home, we had to finance another car. So that played a key factor in what we could afford. And that's why I want to keep stressing, learn what you can afford, because just because you think you can get a 200+ K home, that doesn't necessarily mean you can afford the monthly payments. So go online, look at the credit, the calculator, the mortgage calculator, put in like a generalized interest rate at the market value, because you don't know what it will be until you actually get pre-approved, and put in what you have that you want to put down for down payment. Or if you don't want to put anything down, if you're going with the program, just put 0. And that will kind of give you an estimate of what you will afford. And another great thing is that I like on Zillow, it actually will include the property taxes if you select it. So do that when you are looking for homes, and just kind of see what you can afford, because honestly, it will play a key factor. So the next question is, were you in a program? Yes, we were in a program. We did Navy Federal First Time Home Buyers Program, 100% financing, meaning only down payment, and we had to pay closing costs. And we were really blessed, you know, and honestly, it worked out the way that it was supposed to, because I actually was gonna go with another program, but I'm really glad that I went with Navy's Federal, because it was a little bit more better as far as the financing and how much we had to kick out. So next question is, how did you know that your realtor was the right fit to help you find a home? So I have known my realtor way before she got her realtor's license, and she had reached out to me a long time ago when she first started, and I told her, I said, hey, when I am ready, I will hit you up and we'll talk. But honestly, I had seen her growth in how she has helped a lot of people find their dream homes. And my thing is I wanted a realtor who didn't play about getting me what I wanted when it came down to negotiations, when it comes down to the inspection part of your home, or when it comes down to, you know, just talking back and forth with your lender and just basically being there for you, because my anxiety was on freaking 10, maybe 100 throughout this process. Because you have to think about it, when you want something so bad and you have worked so damn hard to get to that point, you are trying to protect it. And like I had told you guys in my video of doing the, you know, the reveal of the house and stuff, you know, normally I'm one of those people, I put it out there, I mean, I dropped some hints, but I wanted to protect it, because you just never know how that process will go. And I wanted to wait until your girl got them keys to say boom. Because see, a lot of people will doubt you, a lot of people will, and I'm one of those people. I don't believe you have to work in silence. I do believe in protecting what you want though. Because see, I still put it out there that I want to be a homeowner. I'm speaking life into it. But at the end of the day, I'm not letting man or woman dictate what happens to my life. You know, everything was under control. So I kept praying. I just kept staying faithful in my journey. And that's pretty much how I knew my realtor was the one for me. Okay, so the next question was, how was the search for finding a house that you knew was fit for your family? So we had started this process for 2 years. So we were already looking into communities, we were already looking at homes, and we knew what we could afford. So when my husband presented this home to me, I fell in love with it because it fit all of our needs. You know, we both had a space designated for us, you know. I had an extra laundry room, I had a bathroom in my room, so my kids had their own bathroom. That was at the top of my list. So, you know, you have to kind of make a list of what the things that you want, and if you find a home that has a lot of them, go for it. So the next question is, did the area and what you wanted in your home play a factor? Honestly, it was more so what I wanted in my home that played more of a factor of area. Because like I have stated previously, it does not matter where you live. Crime will happen wherever you go. Crime will happen wherever you go, okay? So if you find a dream home, go for it. Also look at the statistics, look at the rates of what's going on in the community. You are not going to find a perfect community. Don't let no one talk you out of where you are trying to go. Protect your home, meaning get a home security system. And the other thing, if that's what you decide to do. I am not against it. I'm pro it when it comes to your home and protecting, and you have children. But honestly, I have lived where my last home is. I lived where I lived. It was a really nice community. I lived there for 6 years. It started to get bad around year 3. And I just got to the point where I said, you know what? This is evident. Crime is going to happen everywhere you go. And before I moved there, I lived in Towson. And it was racist. I had racist neighbors. I'd rather live with neighbors next to me, knowing their intentions. Like if they smoke weed or they're out here doing whatever. Because you know why? I know their intentions. I don't know what a racist will do. And I have heard horror stories about racist people. Someone put a note on my husband's car calling us the N-word, saying that we didn't belong. And this is in Towson, Maryland. As if it's fancy. Like, wanted to get off gate with that. Like, fool, do you know where you live? Like, you're literally not even 2 kilometers from the city. Like, please, you know. So that's why I say, if you find a home that fits your needs and the statistics are okay, you know, go for it. Don't let no one talk you out of it. Like, people talk about where I used to live. People talk about where I currently live. People talked about everything, but people get it so fixated in their mind that they have to live in these bougie ass neighborhoods. And half of the time, these people don't even want us there. And I don't want to be around no one like that. I'd rather be around people who I know their intentions. And that's just all I got to say about that. So the next question was, what sources are good to use? I'm not really sure what that person means. I'm guessing maybe ask your realtor, because like I had someone hit me up about the home buying process and she was asking me so many questions to the point I'm like, you need to get a realtor because I don't know those questions to answer for you. I don't. So what did you have to move forward as far as the beginning, the search? So basically, like I had said before, once you get pre-approved, that's when you can be able to officially go look at homes. A realtor will not take you on walkthroughs until you have officially been pre-approved. I meant to throw that out there. And once you get pre-approved, your lender will ask for many of documents. This is your W-2s, this is your tax forms. This is, I think your W-2s is 2 months. My taxes was 2 years. Then I think it was asking like, it asked like a lot of different stuff. It was a lot. I can't even remember, but I just knew I had to hurry and get it in because she needed it. And then like I had to sign a lot of documents. And then like your lender will constantly update you as things change, because yes, you got pre-approved for this amount, but you may find a home that is less, and then your documents will change, so you have to kind of like they'll be resent, then you have to sign them. So it's one of those things where you're gluing your email and you're like, okay, what's coming next type of thing. But that's pretty much it. Highly recommend you to stay on top of your documents, to stay on top of your emails, and also always be in coordination with your lender, mortgage processor, and your realtor. Plays a key part. If they ask you for something, get it in as soon as possible, because the longer you wait, the more it pushes your closing date back. So guys, I really hope you guys like this video. If you want any more tips, comment below. Right now, the washing machine and dryer has come, so I'm just waiting for the person to mount my TV. So I'm trying to get everything done this week because I'm off. Sorry, I haven't really been uploading because it's been a journey. Yeah, it's been a journey. So I will see you guys in my next video. I'm meant to bring my dang laptop. How am I gonna upload this video if you bring a laptop? So I will see you guys in my next video, and stay tuned for the journey, right? And good luck to anyone on this journey. I know what it's like, but just stay faithful in the journey. Don't tell a whole lot of people you're buying your home. Tell immediate friends and family, because you definitely want to protect it. It's bigger than just working in silence. It's just protecting that good energy around something that you are trying to work and you have been working extremely hard for, because you will have doubters and people that will hate and dislike. So you know what you do? You say, boom, I got the keys. I got the keys. I got the keys. Let me stop. But that's all I got for you guys. I'll see you guys in the next one.